Welcome to Let's Go Racing. I'm Dani Gibson, joined with Dick Jerardi. We have an excellent show today. We're going to recap the Belmont Stakes. It was a spectacular card, all the star-studded undercard races, just racing at the highest level. The third jewel, the Triple Crown, was held up in Saratoga for the final time. 3-year-olds going 1.25 miles, so a little bit of a difference. And it was a pretty strong race, wouldn't you agree?
It was. I mean, you had all these horses coming out of the Derby, 5 of them, including the Derby winner, Golden Tempo. No surprise that Renegade was the favorite. Dani, I was surprised how strong a favorite he was. At 8-5, I didn't see him as that much better than a lot of the other horses in the race, but your Derby winner went off at 6-1, Golden Tempo.
Well, it wouldn't be a 3-year-old race without Belmont, Chief Wallaby, second choice. What do you make of this Son of Constitution? He got second choice here.
Yeah, I thought this all along, Dani. I thought that Belmont got a little Derby fever. When you win it, you get that. I saw Charlie Whittingham. It happened to him. He's kind of been playing catch-up the whole time with Chief Wallaby. I need to see it. You know, get in the winner's circle on one of these races.
Well, we're going to see it right here. It's the Grade 1 Belmont Stakes up at Saratoga. 3-year-olds going 1.25 miles.
Growth Equity short lead. Chief Wallaby's making a big move from behind. Golden Tempo is coming along with Commandment as the field turns for home. On the inside, Growth Equity is just in front. Chief Wallaby comes to him. Out in the center of the racetrack, Commandment's running a giant race. Renegade in between and Golden Tempo. Golden Tempo, Renegade, Commandment on the outside. Golden Tempo from last to first has to fend off Commandment in the final strides. Golden Tempo pulls away late. All
right, Golden Tempo, he's the real deal. The Kentucky Derby winner won the third jewel here in the Belmont. Jose Ortiz, Cherie DeVoe. Look, it was 1.25 miles. A lot of people were saying if this race was the true 1.5 miles, he would have won by more distance.
I can't argue with that off of how he finished. Look, Commandment had every chance to get by him. Right? Commandment was on the outside of him, just couldn't do it. Renegade was a disappointment. There were a few other disappointments. I had Commandment alive in the late double. We'll get to the horse that won before, so I'm going, But look, Golden Tempo is the best horse. Similar trip as the Derby, just not as far back then. He came from last again. It's only a 98 buyer. This is a particularly slow group of 3-year-olds, but all credit to Cherie DeVoe and her team. They did a phenomenal job getting this horse ready for both. And the question is, do I think he would have won the Preakness and won the Triple Crown? I don't. I think he needed the time off. He's the kind of horse, he wouldn't really fit the style of race at Laurel.
I agree.
We'll never know, of course, but I think she did the right thing for her horse, and I hope that's the reason they changed the spacing. Next year, please.
Yeah, and she was confident with her decision, Cherie DeVoe, and obviously just got him ready. Masterful training job. So congratulations to the connections of Golden Tempo. Here's more with the winning connections.
Yeah, he broke really clean today, which helped me a lot, and I was able to be in contact with the field even though I was last, but I was in contact with them, really close to Renegade and Commandment. I think they're very, very nice horses, so I followed them closely, and in the second turn they started to pick it up, and I did as well, so I was just waiting for the right time to go all in, and when I asked him to go, my horse responded.
Showed a lot more speed out of the gate, which all signs were pointing that he was going to put himself more into the race, especially with a slower pace than we had in the Derby. So, you know, he's taken a lot of steps forward physically and mentally, and it really showed today. So, Jose found himself at the back of the pack, but he was going to be wide if he didn't tuck in, which I was pleased with that. And Jose just rode him super confidently. He knew he had a lot of horse under him. You know, and at the top of the stretch, he had him in a position to make that run, and Golden Tempo did the rest.
By the way, if you're listening out there in Golden Tempo territory, any horse that wins the Derby or any of the Triple Crown races gets $50,000 to the trainer and the owner just to show up for the PA Derby on September 19th. So that's $100,000 for Cherie and $100,000 for the Phipps family in St. Elias Stable.
There you go.
Just to come out of the starting gate. So we'd like to see you on September 19th.
A lot of carrots for Golden Tempo. We hope to see him here in September. Well, let's get to some local racing here at Parx. We're going to talk about Monday's 7th race. This is a claiming race. Fillies and Mares, $7,500 is the tag. But we're checking out this race because Teresa Hagemeyer just took out her trainer's license.
Yep.
She was a long-time assistant for top trainers like Butch Reed, John Service, and she is the favorite Champagne Mischief.
Yeah, she was the exercise rider for Vequist.
She was.
The 2-year-old champ, the winner of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. Yeah, great way to get started. Now one's a 3 life, 7-5 favorite.
And with the lead, Champagne Mischief. Brooklyn Heights presses the issue. She's in second, just about a length back. Then it's the Miss Raucous to her inside, Twist Her. She's advanced to fourth. Diamond Essence, It's a Sure Thing. Clearly Copper just passing her, and at the back, Royal Party. They go into the far turn, the opening quarter, 22-4, and Champagne Mischief has shaken off Brooklyn Heights. Miss Raucous moves into that second spot, and Champagne Mischief has led throughout. Miss Raucous continues to advance. Twist Her trying to mount a rally as well as they go around the far turn, chasing Champagne Mischief. She hits the top of the stretch with the lead. Miss Raucous all out to her outside. Twist Her, It's a Sure Thing, trying to find her stride late, but Champagne Mischief has more left. She's trying to fend off Miss Raucous, who's stubbornly inching closer on the inside. Champagne Mischief, a 16th left. Miss Raucous can't quite get there. It's Champagne Mischief who gets the front running win.
All right, big congratulations, Champagne Mischief with a dominating win. Luisa Casio-Borden, look, nothing like your first win as a trainer. And I caught up with Teresa Hagemeyer after the win with my trusty iPhone to celebrate with her in the big win. You did it, Teresa, you're a trainer.
I know, I'm so excited.
That's your girl.
It is my girl from day one. Day one, I'm excited.
Great.
New adventure for me. But I can't.
You've been doing this a long time.
I have.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to take the next step, and now I can show everyone I can do it.
We believe
and
in
to show
you.
You can take good care of a horse. Sometimes just TLC, 10 to 11K.
Yep. All right, congratulations, Teresa, and a true horsewoman. We're all really excited for you. But we're going to go to our first break. When we come back, we have more local racing to catch you up on, and the undercard from Belmont Stakes Day coming up next on Let's Go Racing.
They're a quarter of a mile from home. Ben Tornado cruising thus far. Book of Dano angles to the outside.
This is Parx.
This is how you roll, this is how it goes. This is how you pop, this is how you rock. Take a chance, do a dance, little romance. This is how you. This is how you excite, this is how you all night. 360 hit me, now we're going all in. I can feel it calling, the crowd, the light, the night, the sights, the vibe is right. This is how you. This is
Parx, Pennsylvania's #1 casino experience. This is how you win.
We've got your new Ford right here at Chapman Ford of Horsham. Looking for a new Bronco Sport? We've got them. Maybe a new Escape? Got plenty. Want a new Explorer? We have them too. Maybe you have your eye on a new F-150. Huge selection for you. If it's a new Bronco you've wanted, you are in luck. How about an EV? The Mach-E and F-150 Lightning are both in stock. And with great lease terms and low APR financing available, we can help you get the new Ford you want. Chapman Ford of Horsham.
Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Go Racing, and we had a pretty good race week here at Parx. We raced Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We're going to catch you up on Wednesday's sixth race. This was a Pennsylvania bred allowance race. 6.5 furlongs is the distance, $41,000 on the line, and the favorite is Romanesque, coming off his win for trainer Kate DeMasi.
A powerhouse win, 2x4 with an 83 buyer, which stands out, which is why the horse is 3-5.
Lots of nice horses in here, but here it is, Wednesday's sixth race, PA bred allowance.
22-1, quick opening quarter with a half mile to go, and Guitar Money, he strums along on the lead, flanked to the outside by Mr. Me. Moving up in between horses, Face the Facts on the outside, Romanesque to the inside, Gold in My Hands, he holds his ground. Then it's back to No Turno, Regal Pains is at the back, and still with a narrow lead, Guitar Money. He takes them through the far turn, but taking over now, Mr. Me, the gray. He's taken command as they head around the far turn, 45-1. Mr. Me emerges with the lead, Romanesque. He's gotten the cue. He's now getting to make his move on the outside. Mr. Me, Face the Facts in between horses, tries to make a race of it. Mr. Me fights back to the inside. Face the Facts on the far outside. Gold in My Hands. He has a ton of momentum. Favorite has to do better. Mr. Me, he's resilient on the lead, a 16th left, but here comes Gold in My Hands, gaining with every stride. Mr. Me looking for the line. Mr. Me.
It was the big gray, Mr. Me, with jockey Frankie Pennington, who we'll talk about a little bit later in the show, but they really held off a nice oncoming Gold in My Hands, who is surging late.
Yeah, we've got to love Bernie Howden when he comes here to Parx. He trains at Penn, of course, their farm, Silmar's out in Coatesville, but yeah, Bernie doesn't miss much when he comes east.
Yeah, we'll see Mr. Me, I'm sure, in an upcoming PA bred stakes race. Nice horse. All right, let's get to Wednesday's 8th race. This is Fillies and Mares, optional claiming a few for that big $100,000 claiming tag. 1 mile's the distance, and our favorite, Nature's Candy, coming off a turf race in the Leafard Stakes.
Yeah, inside speed speed, certainly going to go to the front here, Danny. And 6 of these 7 are in for 100,000. Is anybody going to put up 100 here? We'll see.
We'll see.
Nature's Candy has a half mile to go, and she holds that lead. Pink Rose turns up the pressure as they head towards the far turn. 47-2. Nature's Candy, Pink Rose. Then on the outside, Del Rey to her inside, her stablemate, Sweet Laura. Pachelbel's lost ground to 5th. At Claire Blanc, she's 6th. And at the back, Lovely Charm. They head around the far turn. Nature's Candy resilient on the lead, but making her move now. Pink Rose. The stablemates beginning to roll from mid-pack. On the outside, Sweet Laura. Del Rey's trying to go with her. Top of the stretch, Pink Rose. She emerges with the lead. Sweet Laura has her sights set on her. Pink Rose battles back. Sweet Laura with every stride. Pachelbel's found her stride late. She's gaining down the center of the track. Pink Rose more left in the chain, trying to fend off Sweet Laura, who keeps on coming.
Pink Rose, a really big mare by sire Palace Malice, gets the win. Ruben Silvero, and I was talking to Carlos Guerrero after the race, and he worked her before this race, and he said if she could run like she worked, he felt very confident.
I wish he'd have told us that. 12-1, Danny. Why didn't Carlos let us know any of that? By the way, none of these horses were claimed for 100.
And he was kicking himself for not betting her after that race, but she looked the part, I have to say that.
She ran great.
Well, let's get to our national races, and we go back to Saratoga for the Belmont Stakes Day undercard. This is the Grade 3 True North Stakes, $400,000 for sprinters going 6.5 furlongs. Ben Tornado, post-time favorite.
This is the race that did not happen last year, right? Ben Tornado, the Breeders' Cup Sprint winner against the Eclipse Award winning sprinter Bookham Dano, the great Jersey bred. We finally get to settle this on the racetrack, and this is some race.
As they round the far turn, Ben Tornado in control. Listen up, Chance on the inside. Bookham Dano is now 4 lengths behind. Gets a little bit of a nudge to get closer. Imagination inside of him. Then it's Illuminaire and Faust at the back. They're a 1/4 of a mile from home. Ben Tornado cruising thus far. Bookham Dano angles to the outside to come after him. And there's an 1/8 of a mile to go, 43-2. And on the inside, listen up, Chance has something left. He's fighting bravely with Ben Tornado. Bookham Dano is 2 lengths back as they come past the 16th ball. Bookham Dano's going to breeze on by and defend his title in the True North.
Bookham Dano, the New Jersey bred, continues his winning ways, and Paco with a genius ride sitting off that blistering pace.
He's such a cool horse. You got to love this horse, and hopefully they get him all the way to the Breeders' Cup Sprint at Keeneland this year. Look, Irad's one of the best there is, but he made a gigantic mistake in this race. The rail was absolutely live. It was a place to be, and he gave it up to a no-hope 21-1 shot. Listen up, Chance, who actually was still around at the finish. If Ben Tornado stays on the rail, I love Bookham Dano, but he wasn't going to beat him. The rail was winning everything.
Oh, well, we're happy for Bookham Dano.
Indeed.
And the Jersey 6 guys, the Atlantic 6. All right, let's keep it going up at Saratoga. This is the Woody Stevens Grade 1 for 3-year-olds going 7 furlongs. This is a great matchup. Favorite Crude Velocity, second choice Englishman.
Yeah, I love Crude Velocity in this race. I mean, he had just beaten Englishman at a mile. Now we're going to 7/8, and I thought there was other speed in the race to keep Englishman company. Maybe not, Danny. Check this out. This is the performance of 2026.
And here's the rematch. Englishman and Crude Velocity. Englishman went very wide. Seems like he did so on purpose. And Englishman is flying through the stretch. He's got a 5-length lead. Crude Velocity could not warm him up today. Englishman towering over the competition as Obliteration tries to get second. Englishman, what a tremendous effort to win by 6 lengths.
Boy, if Cherie wasn't having enough fun with Golden Tempo, she's having a lot of fun with Englishman and Jose Ortiz. And that guy is fast. Probably the nicest son of Maxfield so far out there.
There was other speed in the race, but Englishman was just ridiculously good. 115 buyer. Crude Velocity held on for second, barely. Baffert said after the race, I am never getting in the starting gate with that horse again. In fact, Crude Velocity is not going to go 2 turns. They're going to be at the Haskell. They'll be the favorite over the Preakness winner in the Haskell with Crude Velocity. But Englishman, I'm sure he'll run in the Alan Jerkins Travers Day. I don't think there's much of a chance we would get him here for the Bob, but boy, it would be nice to see him. I'm sure Cherie is looking at the Breeders' Cup Sprint at our home base at Keeneland. Englishman is really fast, 115.
He is fast. All right, let's keep it going. This is another stellar race. The Grade 1 Met Mile, $1 million on the line, and Nisos post 1 deserving favorite.
Yeah, Nisos is 1 length and a neck and a sloppy track off of more than a year layoff from being undefeated, and that 1 length was against Forever Young. So he deserves to be favored. Journalism, your second choice at 2-1. I like Journalism coming into the race, but as the day went on, I liked them less and less. Why? I said the rail was gold. Yep. I texted Michael McCarthy. I said, are you watching the races? He called me immediately. He says, yeah, I'm watching. He says, I don't think we can get to the rail. And this is an awesome ride by the best rider in the country. Watch Fabian Pratt on the 1 on Nisos.
45-3 for the half mile around the far turn. And Antiquarian is now confronted by Knightsbridge. And Knightsbridge cruises on by. Just behind them, Nisos. Flavian Pratt has decided to take him to the outside and has to come after Knightsbridge now. Journalism has work to do. He's 5 lengths back, trying to rally as the field turns for home. Here comes Nisos on the outside of Knightsbridge, and Nisos takes the lead and pulls away. Journalism is down the center of the track, and then Antiquarian, they're coming to the 16th pole, and Nisos is a superstar, drawing clear with authority.
Nisos, older horse in the country, best one for sure.
He's a freak show. Now, you don't want to say that yet. We got Sovereignty out there.
That's true.
He's certainly a country that's going to be heard from, but 109 buyer, awesome ride by Pratt. Others wanted the lead. He dropped back, came around. This horse now got a win in your end for the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile that they won last year. They ain't going there. Baffert's going for it all. They're going to go for the Classic with Nisos. That'll be his final race, and he's certainly a major contender. Wouldn't it be nice to get Nisos and Sovereignty and Forever Young and all of them at Keeneland on Halloween?
The matchup we're all looking forward to. Well, let's go to the grass. It's the Grade 1 $1 million Manhattan, 1 mile and 3/16 on the turf. Favorite Bright Picture, the French bred, second choice for Rhetorical, but this race was determined.
Yeah, for sure. Andre Fabre comes over. He doesn't come over often, but obviously has good paper for France, and Rhetorical ran that incredible race on Derby Day. But Deterministic and Kendrick Carmouche, they've been together in 4 starts. They've won them all. Can they do it again?
Deterministic, last year's Manhattan winner, turns up the pressure now in second through 6 furlongs in 109-4. They're moving right along. Battle of Normandy moves up outside of Make Me King to score. One Stripe is out of last and picking off horses in the yellow on the far outside. They're at the top of the stretch. It's Rhetorical and Deterministic. Rhetorical has something left. Deterministic's trying to get by him late. Tescore is in third, and One Stripe continues to close on the outside of Make Me King. Deterministic gradually wears down Rhetorical. It is Deterministic and Kendrick Carmouche.
Deterministic makes it 5 in a row with Kendrick Carmouche, and they were just determined to get that win, and they got it indeed. And how much fun have they been having? St. Elias Stable, one of the owners on Golden Tempo as well.
Yeah, St. Elias is having a time. Their hockey team wasn't so good this year, but everything else is going well. Look, I love the ride. He let the other horse go. He just tracked him. He knew exactly what he had. I talked to Kendrick midweek. He said, look, he wasn't nearly at his best in his first race back. Well, he was at his best now. They're now 5 for 5. Danny, this time last year, Kendrick had 1 Grade 1 in his career. Now he's got 4. 3 of them with Deterministic and 5 graded stakes wins. And 4-star day, back to a mile. That'll be next at Saratoga in the main meet.
Well, horse Kendrick will never forget, that's for sure. Well, we're going to go to another break. When we come back, we have Jockey and Trainer of the Week. We're going to celebrate a big win in Saratoga with one of our Parx jockeys, plus more racing, so stick around.
This is Parx.
This is how you all night, 360 hit me, now we're going all in. I can feel it calling, the crowd, the light, the night, the sights, the vibe is right. This is how you, this is
Parx, Pennsylvania's #1 casino experience. This is how you win.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parx Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parx is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here on Let's Go Racing, and it's time to see who got this week's Jockey of the Week. Congratulations to jockey Frankie Pennington on being named this week's Jockey of the Week at Parx Racing. Frankie had multiple wins with some thrilling performances, securing him our Jockey of the Week, sponsored by NovaCare, the power of physical therapy. All right, congratulations, Frankie, but we could have made jockey Sylvester Gonzalez our co-jockey of the week. We're going to tell you why in a second, but let's see who got this week's Trainer of the Week right here at Parx. Congratulations to Teresa Hagemeyer, this week's Trainer of the Week at Parx Racing. Teresa recently went out on her own as a trainer, and this was the first of many wins. Congratulations to this week's Trainer of the Week, sponsored by the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. All right, time for a Turning for Home family photo of the week. Would you like to adopt an off-the-track thoroughbred through Turning for Home? Well, you can with RDRB. That's me. He's ready for adoption at Maui Meadow Farm. Look, here he is leaving from the racetrack, hanging out on the farm, and now he's jumping. Unraced Pennsylvania bred, restarted and ready for a new family and new adventures. All right, let's get to best of the rest, and we're going to go to Saratoga on Sunday's 5th race. It's a $105,000 allowance bred for New York breds on the turf, and keep your eye out on the one.
Yeah, the one, New York Scrappy, ridden by Sylvester Gonzalez, as we talked about, is going to do the whole Saratoga meet for the Catamarchis. And look at this ride. I mean, he splits horses on the one into stretch, daring move by Sylvester, and gets up and holds on to win by a neck at 10-1. Sylvester, why did I not bet on you at 10-1? That's my question.
New York Scrappy.
And we talked to Sylvester when he got back here on Monday. He was very excited, and we were excited for him. Sylvester, what was it like to ride the weekend at Saratoga and all those big races and all the great jockeys up there?
No, it was a great experience, big experience for me to be able to ride amongst some of the greatest jockeys in the country. And like you said, a big weekend, Belmont weekend. You know, it was just a different atmosphere. You know, the crowd is going, you know, it just gives us, you know, that much more energy just to be out there and do what we got to do.
And for you to win a race like you did, I mean, splitting the horses, doing all, what kind of a thrill is that?
You know what, I mean, it was just amazing. Sometimes I just got to watch the replay to kind of really live it, you know, because it just happened so quick, and, you know, you're in the moment just trying to get to the wire victorious, you know.
All right, congratulations to Sylvester Gonzalez on his first of hopefully many wins up at Saratoga. It was very special for him. Let's keep going with Saratoga races. This is Friday. The Grade 1 Acorn 3-year-old fillies going a mile and an eighth. And I love meaning, but Prom Queen's having all the trouble in the back.
Yeah, and Kentucky Oaks winner, always runners, the big favorite at 4-5, but keep an eye on West Point's 2, Counting Stars. She just blows the field away. She kind of had a tough trip in the Kentucky Oaks. She was on the rail, never could really get out until it was too late. Well, she got out just in time with IRAD, and this was a great ride from one of the best there is.
It was. Once he swung her out, she was all business.
Love to see her here on the 19th in a cotillion. West Point, come on, Terry, get your horse down.
Yeah, let's get Counting Stars with Mark Cassie. All right, we're going to keep it going. This is Fillies and Mares in the $500,000 Grade 1 Ogden Phipps. It was also Friday, Saratoga, a mile and an eighth, and it looks like Nitrogen is back in a big way.
Yeah, this is the other performance of the weekend. I mean, she was a sensational 3-year-old last year, an Eclipse Award winner. Maybe looked like she wasn't quite the same. Well, this was awesome. They put her in the front, and what a weekend Mark Cassie had. And the Greens DJ stable, Nitrogen is back and back in a big way with a big number.
Good to see our girl is back. All right, let's get to this week's PTHA Trophy race. It was Tuesday's 6th race, claiming horses going a mile and 70 yards. And keep your eye on the number 7, the 3-year-old New Jersey bred Spirification and Yedzit Hazelwood.
Yeah, my man Yedzit Hazelwood, who I wrote about this week on Let'sGoRacingParx.com. Danny, all he does is lead the country in wins. This is a couple weeks away from losing his apprentice allowance, and this was a dominating 8.5 length win for Irving Rodriguez and Yedzit Hazelwood.
Yeah, this 3-year-old's been so good. He was claimed out of this race by the Phil Aristone barn, so let's see him at Monmouth in a New Jersey bred race.
Looks like a good claim by Phil.
All right, we're going to go to our final break. When we come back, DJ and I will make you some money with Parx picks and tell you what else is going on, so stick around.
This is Parx.
This is how you all night, 360 hit me. Now we're going all in. I can feel it calling. The crowd, the light, the night, the sights, the vibe is right. This is how you. This is
Parx, Pennsylvania's #1 casino experience. This is how you win.
The Pennsylvania breeding program is the best program in the country. The Stallion Awards, the owner bonuses, also the restricted races and the stakes races for Pennsylvania breds. This year, 8 breeders are on track to earn over $200,000 in Breeders' Awards, and 2 could hit the $1 million mark. We have the best program in the country. Take advantage of the fantastic program that we have.
Learn more at pabred.com.
All right, guys, we are back here on Let's Go Racing. Welcome back, and it's time for Ion Racing. Lots going around. Let's talk about Delaware Park at Monmouth. Lots there.
Yeah, 6 stakes, Delaware Park. The ones we're interested in: Delaware Derby, Ponder and Dream. Craig Donnelly's terrific 3-year-old just sold a piece to Glenn Bennett and LC Racing. Litmus test for Baffert is in the race. Delaware Oaks favorite for Uriah. We don't know for sure what's going to happen here. Alpacas Run, Shane's Wonder is entered. It's a tough field of older horses. Not sure if he's going to go or not. Haskell Preview Day at Monmouth Park. $125,000 Pegasus, Star Sweeper for Lou Linder. Ponder and Dream is also entered, but it sounds like they're going to run at Delaware. Salvatore Mile, how about our Bellezzi winner from 2025, Point Doom? Our Bellezzi winner from 2023, Awfully Cool. Otter Mischief by Maximus Mischief for Lupe.
Love him.
Comes off the big buyer. Bishop's Bay will be your big favorite. He's won $2.5 million. He's a defending champ. So really good Saturday of racing here on the East Coast.
So what DJ tells you, lots of local horses to root for and bet on. All right, well, we're going to try to make you some money here, and we're going to look ahead to Monday's 8th race for our Parx picks. An allowance, first level, $50,000 on the line, and they're going to go 2 turns. Look, Mike Pino had a sensational week last week. Everything's clicking for him. He's bringing in some nice horses from different tracks. Check out Street Party, the #2, Michael Sanchez. He was aboard him one time at Laurel, and I like this horse by Street Sense to get the win.
Tough race. You got a new Ness horse here, but I'm going with Prince Colton for my man John Kirby. 43 starts, 7, 15, and 9, always fires. Prince Colton for me.
All right. Well, we had a great Gate to Wire episode this week. Bruce Casella and I talked with Jamie Ness, and he's just a really interesting person to talk to. He just had his 5,000th win.
Yep.
And we got really personal with him. We talked about his family and just how he got started. It's not an unusual start, and you will be very surprised who his idol is growing up.
Interesting. I'm not sure what the rules are for the Parx Hall of Fame, but when he's eligible, he's in.
All right, well, lots of cool stuff coming up here. We are racing here next Monday and Tuesday, and then Father's Day. So all you dads, come out and hang with us and bet on some horses. What could be more fun than that? Well, what a great show it was. Thanks for watching Dick and I, and we'll catch you next time on Let's Go Racing.
Off and racing in the Bet Parx Pennsylvania Derby in a flawless beginning, and seize the ray. He's going to seize the day in the Pennsylvania Derby. Here comes Torpedo Anna, a 16th left to go. Torpedo Anna, the Grizzly has the heart of a lion. Torpedo Anna gets the win, a narrow victory in the cotillion.